Well, here we are with part 3. Yo, Sniper, give me some questions.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Hero of Time 1000. Hero of Time 1000 asks, what's the most obscure sorry, I can't talk. Most obscure game you've ever played?
Most obscure game I've ever played. There's a lot of obscure games, and it depends how you take obscure. For instance, I've, believe it or not, actually played a Nintendo World Championship kart. Like, I've actually played a real one. Not a reproduction, not an emulated version. I've played the real thing. That was at a video game thing way back in the day. Back before people were paying, $20,000 for a kart type of thing. Someone brought their thing in and people had to play it. That's probably the most obscure, as in rare game. But obscure? I don't know. Look at my channel. I've played a bunch of weird, obscure crap.
Okay. Demon Reader asks, what are your current gaming interests?
Oh, okay, I see. There's more to the question, I think, for this one, if I recall.
Oh, yeah. What are your current gaming interests in the sense of what do you spend your free time playing?
Depends. I've actually, a friend of mine, once a week we get together and we play, typically retro systems. We've been playing Super Nintendo stuff, we've been playing some 64, we've been playing, even a little bit of, TurboGrafx and a little bit of Sega CD. Lately we've been playing a lot of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. We're trying to beat that game. I actually made it to the last boss last time we played, but unfortunately did not beat him. But we are going to take that game down. We played some Dungeon Explorer for the TurboGrafx. We've been playing some Diddy Kong Racing, Super Smash TV, Super Bomberman, Turtles in Time. Just a lot of different stuff. That's what I've been playing lately. And thanks to Zoop, I've been playing Portal 2 recently. I just got to the start of Chapter 6. And guys, don't be posting Portal 2 spoilers. I kind of know what happens, but I'm actually worried about other people in the video here. So keep them to yourself.
Alright. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Portal 2 myself.
Great game.
Yep. Marzen64 asks, what other Let's Players do you watch? I'll just let it go this time.
I watch Round the Wheel. I love his Secret of Mana, or Legend of Mana. Jeez, I can never keep that straight. He's doing Legend of Mana right now. Tells you how much I pay attention to stuff that's not on a Nintendo system. Anyway, I subscribe to Proton John, so anytime he puts something up, I gladly will watch him. I'm really enjoying his Superman 64 videos. Peter Alnani, I check in on occasionally. Zoop, if he's got anything. I've checked it in various people, like Nintendo Master. I've watched some Yo Sniper stuff. Blacktail 11 Sniper, I've checked a bit of his. And I've also been checking out anyone who's been playing I'm Gonna Be Like Brisulph. So there's actually quite a bit of video of that floating around if you want to see more of the game, because I'm no doubt covering myself in, what's the opposite of glory? Crap. Yeah, I've been covering myself in crap. No doubt playing this. So there's some people I watch. I've checked out some of the more popular people, and some of their stuff's good, some of it's not. Everyone has some plus and minuses to them.
Alright. I'm sorry, I have trouble pronouncing things sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Enthusiastically Lazy asks, will you ever do another collaboration or challenge again?
I definitely will. It all comes down to the right game and the right people and the right time frame and just everything lining up. There's been lots of plans for stuff that I talked about and stuff down the line, but right now there's nothing firm. But there is some pretty cool stuff being talked about by various people with me. So keep your eyes peeled. You never know when it'll sneak up on you. Because, I mean, you guys never saw Double Dragon coming.
All right. Okay. I was wondering if those were L's or 1s. It's Centro1122 asks, would you ever consider branching out onto doing N64 or PS1 games?
64 games? Definitely. I love the 64. I thought it was a great system. Owned a lot of games for it. PS1, I've played maybe, seriously, 5 PS1 games in my life. And most of those were like just wrestling games. I've never played much PS1, so not likely I'll ever do anything for the PS1.
Alright. Serious Kano 2 asks, do you own a 3DS or plan to get one?
I do not own a 3DS, and I have no plans to buy one. Part of my reservations is that I don't see, like, the 3D movies use 3D glasses. I can't see 3D because one of my eyes is basically legally blind on direct vision, so I can't see 3D. And I'm worried. I know it's different for the 3DS, but I'm still worried it won't be the right effect for me. I may not be able to play it. But even if I test it and play it, I still don't think I'm going to invest in a new handheld. I've got probably 60 to 70 handheld games, and they keep me occupied, and there's lots of old ones I still want to pick up. So not likely to ever buy one, no.
Okay. Danny, 234555, learn to count, buddy. What is your favorite current generation console/PC game? Console/PC game.
Honestly, I'm really digging Portal 2. It might become my favorite.
Alright. And what are your top 5 favorite games of all time? All time!
Well, thank you, Kanye. Like I said, Donkey Kong Country 2, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Really, really, really love Battalion Wars 2. Just too bad I had to have the Wii motion controls, otherwise it probably would be higher. Like, it's such a good game. Favorite games all time. I don't know what else I'd put in there, honestly. I really love Tecmo Super Bowl. That's a great game. If you love NES Sports Titles, that's a must-have. And, I don't know. Like, top 5 favorites, hard to say. There's lots of games I love. Super Mario 64 is so high up there. I love that. It's my favorite Mario title. Lots of good Zelda games. Just too many to name, really. So, anything amongst those probably would be in that near the top 5, at least, if not in it.
Okay. And his final question is, what can you do when you live in a shoe?
Well, I keep asking you guys that, and you never really tell me, but my guess is you can marry old Lady Hubbard and get some, and you probably make more children and create more troubles for yourself.
Alright. Demildly Shredda asks, do you ever check out your subs channels?
Sometimes. The one way I definitely check someone's channel, at least to see if they're being truthful to me, is anytime I get a friend request. I don't just add people blindly as a friend. I usually go in and I'll see if you're subscribed to me. If you're subscribed to me and you're a name I recognize at least posting a little bit, or a name I see, then I'll add you. But if you're not active on my channel, then you're not my friend. Why the hell would I add you as a friend? Sometimes if someone makes a funny comment, or if they mention they're working on a game and something that piques my interest, yeah, I'll go check it out. Doesn't mean I'm going to do that for everybody, so don't start spamming my channel with, check this out, check this out. And another thing is, don't send the share videos to me. I never look at those. So it's a waste of your energy to send it to me. I just won't look at it.
Good policy. Okay, Arc the Lad 500 asks, are you going to be finishing the Kemco trilogy by playing Uninvited? Also, did you play Genesis much?
The first question, are you going to finish the Kemco trilogy? That's one that's been on my list to do for the longest time. I just haven't found the time yet to actually play through and beat the whole game. I've probably only played at most 20% of that game in my life. I need to sit down and play it, and it's one that I have on cartridge, and I keep meaning to play, just haven't done it yet. But yeah, once I've played through it and learned what's going on, I will definitely be doing that one at some point, once I've played it. And the second part, did I play Genesis much? Honestly, not a whole lot. Only when my cousin was around, he had a Genesis. So we used to lend him our Super Nintendo. He'd lend us the Genesis. We used to play like Barkley Shut Up and Jam, some Earthworm Jim, some NBA Live, NBA Jam Tournament Edition. What else? I played a little bit of Sonic 2. Other than that, not a lot of Genesis.
Excellent. 05 Gash asks, what's your favorite video game music?
I have a lot of different stuff that I love. You can figure it out partially from my videos. Over like 1,000 videos, there's certain music I'll reuse a lot. You'll hear it several times throughout my different series. But if you want to get a general idea of stuff that I love, watch my Civilization 2 talkthrough, because that's all video game music that I've put in there, and a lot of that is stuff that I just love to pieces. And I didn't put actually, I don't think I put anything in there that that would even be at the level of like. It's usually really like or higher.
All right. Keio Kango asks, who shot JR?
OJ.
Fair enough.
Well, because you got to look at it. It's JR, OJ. It makes sense. If the letters fit, you must not acquit.
Can't argue with that. All right.
You probably could, actually. but we're not going to.
I'm going to say you can't. Even if I'm wrong, I'm going to say it. 7,000 Bullets asks, what's your earliest memory of video games?
Playing the Atari 2600 over at my cousin's place, and over at my godparents' place playing my uncle's ColecoVision. Both cherished memories, and I remember playing a lot of ColecoVision with my cousin there.
All right. Plastic Call Lan asks, if you were starving and you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
Don't jerk me around, Norm. It's a simple question. No, unfortunately, my Harry Carey's not even close to good. You'll have to ask Round the Wheel that, really.
Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to kind of fudge it. General Hoges 2 asks, do you think that you would play I Want to Be the Guy again with Dave?
No, and no.
Okay, fair enough. How about any other fan games? There are about 1,000 of them.
No. There's only one fan game I might play.
Well,
oh, wait, I am playing it right now. Well, not right now, but you're seeing it right. You understand. Next question.
Okay. The Archetype Gamer asks, walk through a Portal 2 co-op style?
Portal 2, honestly, if I get a capturing device, I might do Portal 2. As for co-op style, I'd only want to do that probably with someone at the same location as me. Call me old school, but I don't like the online thing. I like doing someone in the same room. To me, multiplayer gaming is about somebody in the same room. Because that way, if you get mad at them, you can punch them instead of just, like I said, streaming at them like a 12-year-old with Tourette's. That's no fun.
All right. Green Ling asks, what talkthrough are you happiest that you did?
Talkthrough happiest I did. I'm happy I did all of them. I think we've already covered that pretty sufficiently, Green Ling, so, but I've said before. You have to go back a video or two to get it, though.
Mike Action 321 asks, out of all the talkthroughs you've done, which was the hardest, whether it be by technical difficulties or actual gameplay?
You might think that I would say Civilization 2, because that took a lot of work, but there wasn't a lot of technical difficulties to that game. There was a lot of gameplay, but no real difficulties to it. It was a long process. No, it was actually when my computer was really starting to die the first time. It was just before Earthbound. I did Maximum Carnage. I had to record a lot of those videos several times because my computer would just shut off in the middle of process of the initial recordings and stuff. So I could only record 1 or 2 videos at a time, and then my system would try to overheat. So I'd say Maximum Carnage.
All right. Doogie Ratcliffe asks, you said you're a writer. What sort of writing do you do?
Well, Doogie, I'm sure you're expecting something exciting, but when I have writing, say I'm a writer, it's actually a career I do. It's not creative writing or anything, so to speak. It's called technical writing. And I work for a software company, and I write manuals on how to install, administer, use, and like I write other stuff as well. But that mainly is user guides, install guides, administrator guides for software.
All right. CJ Cheesy asks, do you enjoy the herp or the derp?
The herp or the derp? I don't know. Maybe I'd have to ask my friend, the smart Machoke. I'm actually quite a nice Machoke, and I don't... Herp and derp! Oh my god, psychic dead! Not an answer, but I'm going with it anyway.
Fair enough. Alright. One of the characters in the game you're playing, Blacktail 11 Sniper asks, would you do a collaboration game with me?
At this point in time, I don't see how I would, Blacktail. Sure, you're a nice guy and all, but I don't really know you, and I probably wouldn't do that, honestly. So I'd have to say no.
Okay. He's gonna have to be disappointed. The Gameroid asks, talkthroughs for Japanese games other than Earthbound Zero. Would you
It's funny you bring that one up, the Gameroid. There's a game I'm looking at doing, and it might be the next one up after Fire Emblem. If it's not after Fire Emblem, it'd probably be 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 after that. But it's something I'm seriously considering, and I think you guys are really going to like. Now, something for you guys are not going to like, I think we're going to have to call that for today. Let's go back tomorrow and check out the next set of questions. It's going to be a good one.